Sup guys, welcome to another video, and today I'm going to show you how to equip the weapons that we have in our primary and secondary slots. And as you can see here, I already have done the tutorial because I was trying something different but it didn't work, so I had to do it again. So yeah, I just did it and I'm going to explain you step by step. I don't know if I'm going to start doing this. I'm not going to do it in the series where I'm going to do the basics of replication, but maybe for this one I may do the stuff and then record and do a step by step, because it makes the videos quicker and for me it's easier to upload because I take a really long time. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. So yeah, let's start. So the first thing that I did, in your player character, I'm going to go into your viewport and I just add a component called an arrow. And I just place it over here under the capsule component, and I just dragged it where the weapon mesh would be. So we got a reference. So as you can see here, by detail, you can copy my location. You can see here it's 22, 17, and 48, or you can adjust that to whatever you want. So we're gonna have the weapon on our right side of the screen. After that, we're gonna go into our one. Delete the print string or the stuff that you got from the last video. Just drag your primary weapon, drag from it, and set the equipped weapon. So here, when you click one, we're gonna get whatever slot we have, whatever weapon we have on our slots, and we're gonna set the equipped weapon to that. And then from there, we're just gonna use the equipped weapon as a reference to what we want to do. So the first thing is, I'm going to set the equipped weapon. I'm going to drag from it, and I'm gonna say attach to component, this one. Then I'm just going to get the equipped weapon to be the target, and I'm just going to place it on the parent. If I have animations that work well, I would attach this to the mesh, and then I'll say the second name was the end, the right end. But because I don't have animations, I'm just going to let it float in the front of the camera. Leave this, place this on snap to target, and that's it. Then we're just going to get the weapon place, your arrow. Get its role location and just set the actor location of the equipped weapon. So drag from it, set actor location, and just plug this in. Say to teleport, maybe it will work anyway. Then drag your equipped weapon and add actor role rotation. And this is just because, remember, it's in the wall, so it's it's on the horizontal. You want it to be aiming towards you. So I'm just going to rotate it -90, so it kind of, stays aimed at the target. Now just drag everything, Control C and Control V, and the only thing that you have to change is, instead of setting the primary weapon, you set the secondary weapon. And remember, because I said that in the last video, when we play, and when we pick up a weapon off the wall, you can press F to buy it. But the weapon will be assigned to the secondary slot. So if I click 2, you can see that the weapon will appear in front of our skin and we can walk. But you can see that the animation, it's funky. That's because we don't have proper, animations. So it's just floating in the middle of the camera. You can shoot anyway and, do your normal stuff. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into our blueprints, weapons, and I'm going to create another child blueprint class for my master weapon, and I'm going to call this test weapon 2. I don't know, I'm just going to change something in the mesh. It can be, I don't know, instead of using a cube, I'm going to use a cylinder, I guess. So let me just reset 1, 1, 1. So this is not very good. Let's just rotate it 90 degrees like that. Drag it a little bit to the middle, and just overall set this to, I don't know, not 0.1. Let's say set this Z to 1. And this to the Y and the X to 0.1. Go. Now let's just pick that up, drag it into the wall. We can rotate it and just let it staying there. There you go. It's probably a bit bigger than I want, so let's just in the Z say 0.5. Compile that and save that. And now we have another weapon, but we want to start already with a primary weapon assigned. So what I'm going to do in okay, I'm just going to do something. First of all, in our event begin play, I don't know what it is. I'm just going to type event begin play. It's up here. So after a while, I'm just going to add a little delay so we don't have any problems. And from there, we're going to want to do something. We're going to want to spawn actor from class. So here we're going to spawn whatever weapon you want to spawn with. So I'm just going to say I want to test weapon 2. There you go. And from the return value, you can set your primary weapon to that. So always spawn ignore collisions. And the spawn transform, you can just give it, I think it doesn't matter, so I'm just going to split the stroke pin so it's 001. And from there we're going to need to then assign this. So I'm going to go back here to the 1. I'm going to create a new custom event which I'm going to call equip weapon at start. And I'm just going to drag over here to when we set the equipped weapon on our primary slot. So let's go back to the event begin play and type that in. Equip weapon at start. And let's see what happens when we play. And as you can see, we now have another weapon here. Now we're going to make sure that when we go over here and we press F to buy, now you're going to have another weapon that's going to be in our primary slot. So if I click 1, on our secondary one, sorry. If I click 2, now you can see that both weapons are there, but they're kind of inside one another. We don't want that. So I'm going to add something to the code there on our player character, back here. Before we do any of this, I'm just going to go into our equipped weapon. So you're going to get our current equipped weapon, and I'm just going to say destroy actor. So before we spawn and like set another one, we want to destroy it. And I believe that's gonna make it work. So we have this one, and we can come over here, buy another one. If I press 2, okay, that's interesting. We have an error. What is it? Is pending kill. Didn't we set the secondary weapon? Wait. I'm a bit confused. Oh, I know why again. Okay, we're gonna have to do something up here. So when we spawn the thing, let's just get our box collision, or I don't know, let's get the collision. Should be around here. Okay, we need to get the box. Okay, let's get the box, and let's say set collision enabled, and say no collision, because we are spawning this from the root at 000. We are going to be colliding with the box always, so we want to disable the collision, so we are not like inside the buy radius, because when we press F, we're gonna be buying the same weapon we have in our hand. So now it should work. Let's go into F, press that up, click on 2, and as you can see, we got substituted back. Ew. Okay, I just realized we cannot destroy the reference, so I apologize about that. Instead of destroying it, we need to make it invisible. So let's set the visibility, actor hidden in game. Instead of destroying, we are going to hide it. And let's make the same thing for the second slot. Let's hide it, and then we all set another one. Although I think it's not going to work anyway, because I think it's going to keep even, but I'll have a fix for that. So let's press F over here. If we press 2, it hits, and yeah, we're making the same thing as destroying it. So basically what we need to do is if the weapon that we're going to equip, okay, let's just make this afterwards. So if this equipped weapon, get the equipped weapon is actor hidden. I don't know if there's a, we need to set the actor hidden in game back to false in the end. Let's just copy and paste, do the same thing on the other side, and I believe that will fix the problem. Let's find a wall. There you go. Press F. If you press 2, press 1. Why is it on our ad? That's not okay. That's a bug. It keeps rotating around. And I know why. That's because, remember, we are adding actor role rotation. Probably we're gonna want to set that instead of adding. So let me just try this. Instead of setting it, instead of adding, I'm going to set the rotation. Set actor relative rotation, and because I think it's 0, 0, 0, if we put minus 90 over here, it should work. Let's just play to see how it appears on the screen, and I think that's it. So just copy and paste this. Boom. Yo. Compile and save. And now if we start this, press F, and if we press 2, it's here. Press 1, and now we can switch between 1 and 2 all the time. So let me just see if something is working. So we kinda set up in the last video the ability to assign, like if we have already a weapon assigned to a slot, we are able to substitute that. So I'm going to pick up this one, and I'm going to press F to buy, and I'm going to press 2 again. Now if I'm pressing 1 and 2, the weapon is the same because I substituted. But I noticed that when I clicked the first time, it didn't got substituted. So I'm just going to call this equip weapon primary, because I'm gonna want this to change, so I kinda want to do this again, And I'm just going to create another custom event called equip secondary and drag that over here. And actually, let's just do that over here, so there's no problem. So equip secondary, equip weapon primary, and now we're going to do that over here. So if we set the primary weapon again, so we want to make sure that we are, if the cast failed, oh wait a minute, let me just, so this is if the secondary weapon, okay, so I'm gonna just call equip primary weapon primary over here, and if we set the secondary weapon, you're gonna say equip secondary, and that should update the weapons swapping in real time. Let's just start this. Now, wait, what happened? Oh yeah, I'm pressing 2, but because I do not have a secondary weapon, it goes to nothing. Okay, but I'm just gonna press F, and I'm going to buy the secondary weapon, and you can see that I got it assigned right away. And I just messed up the recording, I apologize. Let me just adjust the size again to full screen. I'm sorry about that. That was not good. I hope this recording didn't screw up. So let me just try that again. The videos get very long. Let me find the wall fast. So I'm just going to buy this one. Now I can switch between 1 and 2, and it assigned. So I'm going to substitute the first test weapon to the second one, and it should have updated, but it didn't. Okay, let me just see. I have an error. Set actor hidden in game. Yeah, I think I messed up. Let me just try and do something. I'm gonna set this equip secondary over here. And I'm going to ignore the hidden, although I don't think that's the problem. So I'm gonna buy this one. There you go. Yeah, but if we don't hide it, this is gonna be a problem. Now it's working fine. And if I substitute this one, oh yeah, I have the same problem, that it's right in my hand. Okay, so I'm sorry about doing this again. Just roll this back. This was working fine. The mistake is another one. And the mistake is, whenever I equip this, meaning the weapon is equipped, before I do this, I'm gonna do, so I'm going to get the box, and I'm gonna set collision enabled to no collision, because if we assign it, basically we bought it, we no longer want to interact with its box to buy it again. So this is going to be just fine, I believe, and if everything has gone well, it's gonna work. The video is getting big. I'm gonna be uploading this for 4 hours, which is not fun. Let's just find the weapons again. So we can click on this one to buy another one. It will switch up. We can click on 1 and 2 to switch back. Now let's substitute this one. And I'm pressing 1, but the weapons are the same, so you can see them toggle. And as you can see, we have the weapons equipment and swapping working. This error is because I'm trying to equip without having any. Don't worry about this error, it doesn't matter. But finally, I can call this a finished video. In the next one, we're gonna be able to just spawn a little muzzle flash or an effect, and we're gonna be just adding the sense that we can fire from the weapon. And I'm going to have different damages for each weapon in the next video, and maybe teach you how you can add different parameters to each weapons so you can affect gameplay a little bit more. But for now, that's gonna be it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.